What's up, guys? Happy Monday morning to you. I'm going to start off Monday with, I guess, more like a motivational Monday quote. I got all the mics on today. But I've noticed in 10 years, one thing that I've got that I see a lot of startup entrepreneurs do not have. And that is, I show up to work even when I don't want to. I show up to do and create and cultivate and get shit done even when I don't want to. I think it's because I don't get into the excitement of getting stuff done. I think that's why. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I don't. Sometimes I'm uber excited to get stuff done, and sometimes I'm not. I'm just kind of like, all right, this is what I know what I gotta get done. I've written it down. Let's go, you know. And also, luckily, I have work that really inspires me. Like I've got work that is not a low vibration work. It's not I go sit down and it's that. It's completely opposite. It only works if I work. So if I'm a trainer, so if I show up at a session to execute a session with a client and I don't have energy, that session's probably not going to go that well. And plus, it's my job, and I charge a lot of money for it. So for me to show up, it is essential that one, that is the best part of my client's day, is me showing up to give them a workout. Two, I come with that willpower energy. I've done that for 10 years. So I'm really lucky in that aspect. I don't think a lot of people have work that's extremely inspiring, but I do. And sometimes it's not such a good thing because honestly, I'm tired sometimes. But that goes back to my lead point is that like you're not always going to be up for it. You're just not, and that's okay. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You're not depressed. You're not sad. You're not down. You're not. You are living within your purpose. Just because, you know, there's a storm, doesn't mean you stop walking up that fucking mountain. You continue to get up that mountain. You continue to hike and move in the direction that you want to move in. If you let a storm hit you and you need to camp out and you need to just sit for a little bit, that's also okay, but you don't stop. You never stop. I used to deal with imposter syndrome. I think I've had all of them. I used to deal with imposter syndrome for a long time because I never went to college. I never did anything that most people did that are on a high trajectory, you know. Um, I used to give myself a lot of excuses too, like why I'm not uber successful. And whose eyes is that? I am very uber. I am very successful in so many different ways. But I used to deal with imposter syndrome because I just didn't feel like I was who I wanted to be. I didn't feel like I was who I portrayed to be until I just ended up feeling that I was that person. And I can't give you a why and how that happened. I think it just took time. And that's like with anything, man. Like, you need to invest your time in the shit that you want to do in life. You really do. I don't see any other way around it. Some people get really lucky. I met a guy over the weekend. Dude's like 24, just got out of college. We had a great time together. We were just partying at this Mexican restaurant. My friend had a birthday. 24, started a crypto social network. I think that's right. A crypto social network. So basically, cryptocurrency is all those guys that do all that stuff, which is like the modern day traders. So those crypto guys, very smart dudes, man. But he started a network right out of school. He went to he's a D1 college athlete for lacrosse. So the kids got work ethic. You know, that's a great thing about an athlete. If you're an athlete, usually you got discipline. I don't need to talk discipline into you. You got that, and you got mental fortitude. You gotta have that too. So I don't need to talk that about you. But so, anyways, him and I hit it off. But this kid, at 24, hit it up. Like he hit it big, at a young age. You know, good for him. And I grew up with a kid, not grew up, but when I moved to Miami, I watched this guy, T-Fit 360. Shout out to him. Good dude, good dude. Solid as hell, I think. I think he's a super solid guy. But he had a boot camp class every single day, every day I believe, like 4 times a day. So twice in the morning, twice in the evening, so your peak hours for a trainer. He would do a boot camp class. That cat was out there every single day. I remember that. Uber fit, so he looked the part. Can't stand when trainers are not fit. I think that's ridiculous. But uber fit. Kid was in his mid-20s, and just he was very, very successful. And I know he is today. I think he's even grown more to the online space. But my point is that these cats that I'm talking about, like that, there's a mental fortitude there. I'm going to go to another side topic too, which I always do. But they stay within their realm to what they're good at. They have work that keeps them accountable and creative. But these kids, and the same as me, man. When I was in my mid-20s, I literally started so many different businesses. Some of them hit, some of them didn't. I remember one time, I went to go get like a $500,000, I think it was actually more than that. I think it was like $1 million building that I was able to get under contract because I was in real estate. And I got it like that. I got it within like a month. There's so many wild things that I did, but I did it because I was fucking fearless. I was fearless, and I was good and bad to that, because that fearlessness had me on my ass in my late 20s with no money. I lost everything. So it had me on my ass. That fearlessness is great. But like the 24-year-old and like, you know, T-Fit or whoever it may be that I could be talking to directly or indirectly to, there are hard times that will come. And if there isn't, man, you've got a 4-leaf clover up your ass that is incredible. Keep riding that wave. But if you're like most of us, where, you know, hard times are coming and they will come, that is where you're tested. And that is where I want to see you often at times. I want to see people tested. I want to see you after that. I want to see how you look after that. Like, how are you? How's your energy? How's that entrepreneurial spirit? How is the drive to continue to be great? How is what I kind of lost a little bit? How is your meter of like your fearlessness? Like, I won't do certain things that I think are too risky anymore, because I know that there's a thing that they say you've got to worry about what success will do to you. You got to worry about what fear would, or you got to worry about what failure would do, especially to a man. If you fail too much, it's hard to keep that spirit of a winner's spirit. A lot of winners talk about, oh, my failures are where I've earned my successes, and it's more important than your success. I think that's a little bit of bullshit. Because if you fail too much, you're running on low. You're running on unleaded gas. You're not running on diesel. When you got momentum, ride that shit. You know, when you got momentum, ride it. And if you're riding on diesel, go, move. Don't wait, move. And anybody that's in your way that is a bother, get them the hell out the way. And I don't care if you run through them. But at the same time, you know, just stay humble in the sense that the word humble to me, I've been told a lot. The word humble to me, if you're cocky, that's fake confidence. We've talked about that. If you're confident and it comes off like you're just this extraordinary human being and you may intimidate some others, those people you're intimidating are simply intimidated by you because you have such a strong presence. Don't let that bother you. If that intimidates them, and those people kind of make you say, they say, "Hey, be humble, be humble." I've heard it called to me a lot. But the people that call me humble and, "Hey, be humble, be humble," I don't want to be anything like those human beings. When you hear me brag, or you hear me say that there's a certain way that I am, or a way that I want to be, or an area that I'm going in life, that's me projecting. That's me manifesting, and I'm holding myself accountable. We use a quick example. You say Floyd Mayweather, right? Floyd Mayweather is probably top 3 of best boxer of all time. That guy comes off cocky as fuck, but he is not cocky. That man is uber confident. And I believe when he speaks the way he speaks, which I'm assuming if you follow my channel, you know who Floyd Mayweather is. When he speaks the way he's speaking, he is manifesting. He believes he is by far the greatest human being. Man, you better believe that. Now you got to live up to it though. And he does time after time after time. So when you hear somebody talk and they're actually living up to it, that's not them being cocky. That's just them. They have to live up to this way that they hype themselves up. These bullshit rappers that we see, these human beings, these celebrities we see, they've got hype men. There's just a proud man or a woman hyping themselves up. Give them their flowers. To hype yourself up takes a lot of courage, man. Hype yourself up. And somebody thinks it's braggadocious or they think you're being cocky, get them out of your circle because they're not moving in the areas that you're moving in, and that's okay. To change circles, I've talked about that a lot. That's a beautiful thing. You're going into a whole new stratosphere of human beings, thought process. Increasing your circles. Once you increase your circles, that's huge. Once you increase your social circles of people that are doing stuff in their life, that's huge. That's huge. That's a big one. Don't be afraid to lose them. Keep your value high within yourself. Keep walking up that fucking mountain. All right? Keep going up that mountain. Storms are going to come, and that's just a test of your character and how bad you want it. So when those storms come, it's just a test of how bad you want it. I'm a godly man, so that's God testing you. Like, are you really ready character-wise to go up any higher in that mountain? I got to give you a test. I got to see where you're at. And if you pass, more blessings come. Happy Monday. Let's get after it.